Hey everyone, it's Katie, aka Madame Macabre. Welcome back to all my subscribers, and welcome to everybody new here. So for today, I've got an interesting little story time. See, the other night, I went out for the first time in a very, very long time. You know, things have been, the whole world shut down for a while, and things are finally starting to open up again, at least here where I'm at. And, I'm fully vaccinated, been so for over a month, it's all good. CDC saying it's good to start going out and living life again, so I'm feeling good. So the other night, my friend and I, we decided that we were gonna try checking out an event that was happening. So there's this goth night that happens on the second or third Saturday of every month. Well, that's what the normal thing is, but it hadn't been happening for a while, and it was going to happen again tonight. It was just this little bar that had, a dance floor in it, and it was one of those things, you still had to wear your masks and everything, but it was still going to be a good time to get out and see people. And at least for me and my friend, my friend actually moved down here to Arizona recently as well, and for those of you who don't know, I moved down only in this last year, so I'm still adjusting. But we have not gone out, and we're not too familiar with the area or the goth scene or anything like that, so it was nice to sort of go and, we figured we would dip our toes and see how we feel about it, see how we like it. So we decided to go to this event together, and, that was the beginning of a very, very interesting night. See, the event itself was really cool for what it was. And you'll see why I say that a bit later as something. the event didn't go down exactly as planned. But before all that, we get there, and it's this cute little venue. It's very nice. It's well lit. The DJ is there. He's playing good music. He's got his lights and his fog. There's some people already on the dance floor, some people at the bar. But the first thing I notice is that it's not like a club, because I haven't been here before. It's this smaller bar, but... or at least the area where we were at was a smaller side. It went farther out to a bar tavern on the other side, and there were a bunch of what do we call them? Non-goth? I don't want to say normie, that feels mean, but there's a bunch of normies out on the other side of the bar, just dressed in regular clothes, out having their fun evening, and that's fine. But on the other half of the bar, we were having goth night, so there was a lot of goths there. We were in full regalia, and we were listening to very much goth music. So it was goth club music, not like regular club music. So we definitely got a lot of interesting looks and stares from the normal folk who were just eyeballing us from across the venue. But it was fun. It was fun. We had a ton of fun. People were really gracious and nice and welcoming there. We had a lot of fun dancing. My friend and I, we just got right on the dance floor. We're it's been so long, I don't even care. Let's just dance. Okay, so it was all good up until this point. This is where the story starts to take a bit of a turn. See, at the event, there was actually a photographer there. She was there for the goth night, and she was taking pictures of the goths in their natural habitat. She was taking pictures of the people sitting and standing with friends, and then she started taking a lot of pictures of the dance floor. And since me and my friend at the time were the only girls out there was mostly guys, she started taking a lot of pictures of us. And I will say, the one picture I'm excited to see is she got a picture, she got down to the floor and took a picture of my boots. I don't want to see my face, I want to see those boots. They were expensive, so show them the respect they deserve. I love those boots. I'm sidetracking, but there was a photographer there, and that is what caught the eye of our first set of antagonists. See, all the way from the normie side of the bar, there was, what we will call, Dance Club Barbie and her brigade of mean girls. They spotted a photographer, and, oh, is that attention? Don't mind if I do. So, they come tromping on over, which, mind you, goth clubs and goth venues, we're very accepting. You are totally welcome to come over and join us. The problem was the attitude that they came over with. So we noticed them staring at us from across the way for a while, but they weren't doing it nicely. They were making mocking faces. They were laughing and pointing. They were clearly not being very nice. Well done, come to a goth space and demean us. That's great. But I digress. They come on over, they see us on the dance floor, and literally, they start shoving, like literally using their shoulders, shoving the goths out of the way so they can take over the dance floor. Now let me remind you, this is a small venue, so it's not a very big dance floor. The four of them come in, and basically at that point, all the goths actually got squished off of the dance floor. There wasn't any room for us because, mind you, there should have been room, but these girls formed this big circle, and they started dancing really violently in a way that if anyone got near them, you'd get hit. And it was weird. They were like swinging elbows and stuff. But then, imagine the mental picture. You have very atmospheric, sad goth music playing over the speakers, and these girls start violently twerking. Like, I don't know how they're doing it because there's not a beat to twerk to, and they're just like flailing all around, and like my friend and I are looking at each other like, why are they doing this? What's going on? And we noticed they had spotted the photographer. I think they were trying to entice the photographer to take pictures of them. So they kept dancing more and more flashy. They kicked all the goths off the dance floor so they could be the only focus. The problem was, though, the photographer was there for goth night, and they were not interested in photographing these average-dressed ladies, especially because they were being rude to the goths. So when these ladies came and took over the dance floor, the photographer actually backed off and went to get a drink. And then, so they got irritated because the photographer was gone, and they stopped dancing for a little while. And then, lo and behold, the goths go back onto the dance floor, and the photographer comes back, and like clockwork, me and my friend were out there dancing again. Okay, actually, this is where, like, I'm still kind of irritated about this. They were starting to be pissy that my friend and I were getting attention from the photographer, and we were getting attention from the other goths because they were complimenting us and telling us nice things, because goths are the sweetest people you will ever meet. I will die on that hill. They were starting to get aggravated, so they stormed back on over to that. Oh my god, hold on, I don't know what my cat's doing. What did you do? Sorry. So they come storming back over, and once again, they try to shoo us off the dance floor by like swinging their elbows and dancing really erratically. And literally, like they kept giving me this dirty look, like squaring up, like giving me the nastiest glare, and I hadn't even done anything. They just hard eye contact, like unblinking, just staring at me and like swinging around trying to get me off the dance floor. And I'm like, oh my god. So at that point I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna go get some water. And once again, once the goths leave the dance floor, so does the photographer, and you can just see the rage brewing on the leader of the pack. Her face, she's just so mad. And so we're watching from over where the water cooler is, and we watch her go up to the DJ's booth. Now, mind you, this DJ was invited to the goth club to play his goth set. It's not like a standard club DJ where you can just put in requests for random normie music. It doesn't work that way. It's a themed night where that DJ specifically invited for his set. They go up to his booth and they start asking, can you play this? Can you play that? Can you play this? Various just like random dance club songs which don't have a place at a goth night. And the DJ, who was invited to play his specific set, surprise, surprise, said, I'm sorry, but no, I am not taking requests. I'm playing my set for goth night. And surprise, surprise, as soon as their request was denied, Dance Club Barbie and the Brigade stormed off again. Hoping that it was for good this time, my friend and I went back to the dance floor one more time. And again, the photographer comes back. I swear, these girls were trying so hard to have their pictures taken, because literally, even though they had just stormed off, they come charging back in again. But this time, okay, I'm still salty about this, because this time, my friend and I, seeing that they were gone, we're like, screw it, we're tired of hanging out on the edge. We went to the center of the dance floor, the spot that they kept coming back to, and we started dancing there. Well, they came back, and then the leader of the pack, literally, she started like violently twerking and then like also moving in my direction, and she actually full body shoulder slammed me. trying to get me out of the way so she could have the center of the dance floor again. Joke was on her though, because she was wearing these ridiculous giant stiletto heels, and I was wearing my big clunky goth boots, steel-plated, heavy and sturdy, and I had a wide stance. So she did this big slam on me, and she almost fell on her butt because she started losing her balance and wobbled around because she tried to knock me over. And like, I was in the moment just like, I couldn't even laugh over the fact that she was wobbling around because I was so irritated that she tried to knock me over. I literally looked at my friend and some of the other people around us for like confirmation, like, did she really just do that? And they all had this disgusted look. So yeah, she really did do that. Oh, and by the way, so we go back over and we start doing our own dancing again. This girl, she's so salty that she couldn't have the attention. She literally starts pointing at us, laughing, and then trying to mimic the way that we're doing our dancing. She literally was trying to mock goth dancing in a den of goths on a goth dance floor at a goth dance night. You were in the heart of it, and you were actively pointing and laughing and like trying to mimic. You're trying to be the mean normie when you are in our headquarters. So she didn't exactly get the response she was expecting. Instead of anyone joining her and laughing and finding it cute or funny, she actually got dirty looks from every direction. Now, a lot of us goths are not that confrontational, so it's not like we went up and told her to get out, but everyone gave her looks that said get out. You know what I'm saying? And she got the message because after realizing that the photographer didn't want anything to do with her, none of the people at the venue wanted anything to do with her and her friends, they finally slinked off again. And we were able to actually remain dancing for like another 10 minutes or so in peace before we were interrupted again. But this time, well, it was not Dance Club Barbie, but it did mark the end of our night, because before we know it, the owner comes through, he goes up and he talks to the DJ, and then all of a sudden the music stops, and he lets the whole bar know that whoopsie-doo, there's a plumbing issue, like a major plumbing issue, and the plumbing guy wouldn't be able to be there for another couple hours, so they were going to have to shut the entire venue down. So, that was interesting. First night out. We were only there for like about an hour and a half, and the whole thing got shut down. But we did have a ton of fun while we were there. It was such a strange experience having those groups of girls come up and be so aggressive. I don't know what their deal was. It was strange. It was basically, we had to guess that it was that they were angry that we were getting positive attention with the photographer, because we can't think of why else they would be so nasty other than just wanting to get attention on the camera. I don't know. I don't know how these people's brains work, so I couldn't tell you. But so the event had to get canceled, and it was a little bit sad, and the lights came on, and they told us, we could wrap up what we were doing and everything. So at that point, with the lights on, it was actually super, super sweet, because some people came up to us, because we had been dancing pretty much the whole time. Like, we were just having fun, and I got the sweetest compliment I have ever received in my life. Listen, I'm a pretty tall girl. I'm 5'9". I've never gotten compliments like dainty and cute and things like that. So that's a foreign compliment to me. So when this guy came up and said, "Hey, sorry to disturb you. I'm not trying to be creepy or anything. I just wanted to tell you that it was an absolute delight watching you two dance. You were just like the stars of the show. You look like beautiful little dolls. It absolutely made my night." And let me tell you, like, I almost, like, self-destructed right then, because no one's ever told me I looked like a beautiful little doll before. It made my night, it made my year, and to you, kind, benevolent club goth stranger, you're fantastic. Okay, so I've derailed a little bit, but that just made me feel special. I don't know, but that was just the first half, okay? I should regroup, because that was just the first half of the night. See, by the time that event was shut down, the night was still young. We still wanted to do something. And lo and behold, about 12 minutes away, there happened to be a karaoke bar. And your girl loves karaoke. I can't help myself. So we're like, we went through all the trouble to get all dressed up. We wanted a night out. Well, why not swing by the karaoke bar? Why not check that out? So we did. Okay, so we get there, and it is this little dive bar. It's definitely a dive bar. It was actually pretty big for a dive bar, honestly. But it had a really nice, fun atmosphere, neon signs everywhere. It was really cool. And there was lots of people in there very drunkenly doing karaoke. And I'm like, heck yeah, this sounds like fun. And I am not one to turn my nose up at karaoke, so I decided to put my name in the ring, and I went up and I started singing some rock songs. Now, usually I have a list of songs that I do when I do karaoke, but since we got there later, a lot of the songs I normally do were already taken, so I stretched out a little bit and did some more rock ones farther away from my regular list. And this is what kind of led to the excitement of the later evening. See, at the bar, there were two... I have no better way to describe it than they were just douchey metal bros. Like, I love metalheads, okay? But, like, you know the ones, the douchey metal bros. They're a subset, and they're not a good one. So, one of them was there, like, violently making out with his girlfriend or whatever, and then the other one was with, presumably, his girlfriend, because they were hanging on each other at the bar. But, if that was all, that's normal bar stuff, but that's just giving you an introduction on them. So I go up to the bar, I am ready to order my drink, but oh my god, I felt like I was dissociating. It was the weirdest thing ever. So there was this one really drunk lady loudly singing a Janis Joplin song, very drunk, very loud, doing her karaoke. I was trying to put my order in, waiting for my drink with the bartender, and then so the singing on one side, and then on the other side, I'm caught in the middle. On the other side, one of the douchey metal bros started getting into a screaming match with the girl that was like hanging on him previously. It's like, babe, you can't just keep going out all alone to these things at night. Don't you know a lot of kidnappings happen in this area? It's not safe.
Screw you! You cannot tell me what to do. No one can tell me what to do. If I want to go out, I'll go out.
Babe, it's not safe. Don't do it.
You can't tell me how to live my life. I hate it when you get like this. I hate it when you get like this.
I'm not trying to do... It was weird. It was uncomfortable. I was literally feeling like I was dissociating between the karaoke and this happening, and I was being quiet. They were like at full volume. But yeah, so I get my drink and I like skedaddle away from there. I'm like, I don't want to get caught up in this. This is not my business. I don't want to be involved in this. I don't know what's happening, but bye. So I get back to the table with my friend. I have my drink. Some time passes and it's my turn to go up and do my song. I go up and then I do Toxicity from System of a Down, and I loved that song. I like to do a lot of rock songs that are in the deeper register because I am naturally a deeper alto. So I had fun with that one. People were drunk, they got all rowdy, and it was a lot of fun. I had a fun time doing it. And then what I noticed at this point was that the douchey metal bros started getting like real excited, and I'm like, oh boy. But like, mind you, both of them were there with girls, so I'm like, okay, well at least there's like a layer keeping them away from me. But that was wishful thinking. Yeah, okay, so literally some time passes, and I am mid-conversation with my friend. We're sitting at our table. I'm literally telling her a story. I am mid-sentence, and one of the douchey metal bros, the one who was like violently making out with his girlfriend when we first got in there, he comes up to the table. He leans his elbow on the table. He like nods his head at me and like says, "So, do you like blah blah blah?" Like I'll leave the name of the band out. Now mind you, I don't want to talk to you. I am mid-conversation with my friend. I don't know you. You got in my bubble. You invaded my space, and I don't feel like being gatekept right now. So the first thing I did, like my eyes glazed over, I paused because I was mid-sentence. I looked at him and went, I don't know. Like, didn't matter if I knew the band or not. I just wanted him to go away. And if I had said yes, he would have started grilling me on my favorite songs or some other equally tedious thing. So I went, I don't know, and went back to talking. But that wasn't the right answer because he got so mad. Oh my God. He was livid. He like stood up away from the table, like stomped his foot, and he was like, how can you not know them? They're pretty freaking influential in the metal scene. What is this poser stuff? I literally looked at him and went, I never claimed to be a metalhead. Ask me about goth music. I can answer those questions. I'm more identify with the goth community. I like metal, but I'm not a metalhead. And he did not like that answer. I'm sorry? Listen, dude. it's not my fault you can't distinguish between goth and metal. That's your thing, okay? You can't distinguish between the fashions. I'm sorry, that's on you. But he got mad and he stormed away from the table. Both me and my friend were just staring at each other like, is this really happening? Because it was his turn to go up and sing, and he goes up and he starts like angrily singing his song, but like he can't do the harsher part, so his friend had to, the one who was like fighting with the girl, had to go up and do it for him. But literally, before he took the microphone, because there was an instrumental pause, and this is the bit that I was just like floored. Are you serious? Like, he was like whispering to his friend. He tattled to his friend because I am a fake metalhead, even though I never claimed to be a metalhead. So, excuse me for liking metal but not claiming that as my culture. I like metal, but it's not my culture. I identify with goth. Like, don't grill me. Okay, honestly, you shouldn't even be grilling women anyway just for liking music, but I digress. His friend gets up there, and in the microphone, he goes, "So I hear there's metal haters here tonight." Like, you cannot make this melodrama. I could not believe. I could not, like, what? Are you kidding me? My friend and I just looked at each other like, what is happening? And then he goes in and he just like angrily does like the harsh part of the song for his friend who couldn't do it himself. And at that point, we're like, okay, these are some grown man children. Oh my God. But at that point, we're like, okay, are we done here? Yeah, we're done here. Because enough time had passed at that point that we just packed up our stuff and left. Because like, I don't really feel like hanging around here anymore. We had our fun. It's time to go. It was just really strange. I don't know. Like, I run into that a lot. I think it's because when I go out and about, I dress heavily in a lot of alternative style, and that's just like a beacon for these guys to like come and try and gatekeep me. And it's like, can I just exist? Can I please just exist without you materializing and starting to grill me on your favorite bands and wanting to know 5 different songs and all? Like, first of all, I don't owe you any of my time. How about we just let women live? That'd be nice. I don't know, man. It was just a really wild mix of positive and negative because we had such a good time at the goth dance night for when it was up and running. Like, despite the group of girls, we really did have a blast. The people there were super sweet and friendly and welcoming. And we did also have a blast at the karaoke bar, minus the douchey metal bros. So, I mean, there was a lot of great fun times to be had, but it was just weird that at both places we went, we ran into stinkers. Like, what is going on? It was a very strange night, all in all. I mean, I left, like, I didn't spoil the night for me. It still felt like a positive outing. It is just weird. Like, what is with tonight? I don't know, but here's a positive. It led to an interesting story time I could share with you guys. Oh my goodness. Well, what about you guys? Have you experienced a similar story to either part of my evening, let alone both? Goodness, feel free to share your experiences below. I love hearing your guys' stories too. Sometimes I feel like I'm living in a pocket dimension. Weird stuff always happens when I go out. Oh my God. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. That's really all I have for today. And if you are interested in the song that I'm composing in the background, I will be posting it a little bit later on to this channel, so look out for that as well. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you are all wonderful, and remember, until next time, stay creepy, everybody.